If you're looking for the cheapest cards on the internet, I am not your guy. But if you actually care about what you're getting, this might change how you buy or engage with streams forever. Chef here with Cardinal, and let's dive right in. So this is something that comes up in stream fairly often when new buyers jump in. And I'm co-owner of a Pokemon card business, and we're a team of 6. And again, we'll never be the cheapest, but we'll never be the highest either. We'll definitely be the most transparent, and that matters more than what people think. Most of the time, cheap does not equal best. A lot of people compare prices to the lowest listing that they could find on the internet. Different websites or platforms price things differently. Some lag behind market pricing. Some are just flat out inaccurate. Personally, I like to use TCG Player as a base for singles raw cards and eBay last solds for graded cards. I think that's a good foundation, but not all comps are created equal. And Arceus knows if you bought low list near mint off of a website, it's probably not the greatest near mint at all. And there's a window of condition. So we have 5 people who say something's near mint. It could kind of range in that window, and to kind of give you an example. I'm a chef, so if I gave a recipe to 5 different chefs and I told them, hey, make this recipe, and they all made that recipe, and then I went back and tasted each plate after they finished cooking, every single dish that I would taste would be slightly different and have a slight different variant. It might be heavy in this, it might be heavy in that, or might lack this, but it'll all be the same dish, but slightly different in each one of those categories. Whereas on stream, we're not selling guesses. We're selling the actual card in real time that you could physically see without any question. We're able to show the front of the card. We're able to show the back of the card. We're able to show every corner of that card. You could do all that on stream, whereas when you're buying somewhere else, a lot of the platforms, they don't even have the picture. You're just kind of going off the condition, and you don't know if that condition on the listing truly matches that card. So when someone says, they saw it cheaper online, or low list says this, again, it could be on the lower end of that spectrum. It could be an outdated sale. It could be, maybe a little bit more damaged, or something that hasn't sold. And then when you're talking about niche cards, or staff stamps, championship cards, things that don't really hit the market that often, a lot of times there's not a whole lot of sales data that kind of backs it up or has caught up to the current market. So I think when you get a card and you're selling cards, you kind of have to take it case by case basis as well, but also have like a little bit of a foundation of what you're working with. So when I'm looking at TCG Player, I'm looking at reputable stores, actual storefronts, not randos selling on there. I'm looking at the last solds on there. What's the sales data on there? I'm cross-checking. I'm going over to eBay. I'm seeing what's the last solds on eBay as well. And then I'm kind of getting that data and formulating a price that way. So I definitely, again, kind of cross-check multiple platforms, seeing what's the trend, seeing how it's selling, seeing what the reputable sellers have it listed at, last solds, recent solds, things like that. So as a whole, that's how, generating a price based off of that. On stream, we have the option to give you a live price check in real time. So for BB and I, like, as long as somebody's respectful about it, I have no problem, and BB has no problem checking a comp in real time. And I think that's awesome when you go to buy Pokemon cards, and it happens. And I'll just say, hey, follow along. I'm going here. I'm going to this website. I'm checking this. Here's the condition. Let's look at it front and back. And let's kind of compare and contrast to what I'm seeing and what you're seeing. And usually the buyer loves that. And they understand where I landed, or where we landed on a price. It's kind of like, again, when I was a chef, I used to have pre-shifts with my team, and I would pull the menu out, and I'd be like, look at our menu prices. And people probably drove past 50 restaurants on the way to our restaurants, and they chose us, right? You have to respect people, especially in today's day and age. You have to respect people's finances and time. I think so much, and for some reason, I feel like a lot of people disregard that. I value everybody's time. Like they passed 100 other streams. Look at all the streams out there. They passed so many streams, and they're in our stream or they're in our restaurant, and they chose us. So you have to respect that. You have to respect their time. You have to respect their finances. It's not easy to make money out there right now in today's day and age. So they chose to spend their time or maybe their finances with you. And I think that that should be acknowledged for sure. I think you should absolutely care. You provide a service. So if somebody's going to spend their time or the finances with you, you have to give them the most optimal, top-notch service out there. And I believe that's what goes on in our streams between BB and I. Streaming as a whole is definitely a service. We're bringing the cards to you. We're here educating you. We're entertaining you. We're creating a safe environment. At least ours is definitely a safe environment. I've seen some crazy ones out there. We answer your questions in real time. You're seeing everything in real time. You're not buying a card. You're buying certainty. And it's fun. It's fun. It's entertaining. Probably the most fun I have on stream is when I have an audience who's engaging with me. I like to hold the conversations. I like to see the regulars. You get to know each other. I like to, hey, what do you guys got going on? Or, maybe they had something with their, told me a story about their kids or a birthday coming up or just, whatever's going on or whatever's important to them at the moment. And then you have all these funny moments in stream that are awesome. That I think that is the best part in stream is where it gets really silly in there. And I think that is very exciting. Also, when you're pack ripping, pack ripping is such a rush too. When you hit that chase card, man, it's awesome. And the crowd goes wild. Everybody goes crazy. Fire emojis, rocking emojis, chef hands in the chat. It's awesome. So in our stream, we have a back wall of high-end cards too. And another kind of perk when you want to see a card on the back wall, and this kind of goes back to your time and your finances and respecting that. I'll stop everything for you. I'll stop the auctions. I'll pull the card down from the wall. We could check again, front of the card, back of the card, corners. I'll do the live comms. I'll do anything you like. We can look at it as much as you want so you can feel comfortable and happy about your purchase. But when you're dealing with the high-end cards, again, you have to respect that, especially today's market, right? The Pokemon cards aren't cheap, right? And we're all having fun out here, and Pokemon cards are a luxury. So I do think that's, something to be said. Again, I'll stop everything for you guys and just kind of take the time with you, almost like kind of one-on-one, and look at it. And it is still entertaining because, man, we're pulling, Lugias off the wall or Umbreons off the wall or, base set Charizard. There's all these cool cards that come off the wall that we can get a closer look at and kind of geek out as a group, as a whole. So also, without being said, there's 151 auctions that all start at $1. So once I hit start bid, I can't control what it goes for. And let me tell you, viewers will tell you, if you've ever been in the stream or see the beginning of streams or throughout the streams, people catch deals all the time. And I also feel like that's part of the excitement of live streaming. I will never understand why a streamer will crash out or be so upset when a card goes under. I think for the viewer perspective, I think that's part of the excitement of live streaming. I think that's a win for them. Streams are give and take. I think it's up to the streamer to manage that give and take. And I applaud you. If you catch a deal on a stream, that's cool, man. That's really cool. If I'm in a stream and I catch a good deal, and I have before, it feels good. It's cool. It's part of it. It's part of the whole experience. So I appreciate each and every person that, chooses to jump in our stream and chooses to bid on a card or chooses to purchase a backwall card. And again, I'll work with everybody on those items. I think being cheap is the easy route, but doing things right is not. And everybody has their own opinion. But I would rather lose the sale, even without all that said. I'd rather lose the sale than lose someone's, trust or not have transparency. But I just want everybody to kind of, when they're in our streams or they're tapping in the streams, I want everybody to have a good time. I want everybody to feel comfortable. I want everything to be as transparent as possible. I hope to see you guys in the stream. Again, we're live 7 days a week on eBay Live, and appreciate you guys so much.